And we are back. Last time, this room. Man, this room was like immediately out the gate with how angry it is at me. Those are fairly high. Those are fairly decent textures of skulls. I like that. It's scary. Oh? Those... Okay. There's no grate above these guys, so I'm just gonna... Woo! Okay, well, they tried to get me. But I want to know what's down there also. Okay, well that's how I opened that. Oh, I could just walk down there. What? I have ammo to waste here. How much ammo do I have? Enough to waste. Also, there's not that many people down here. Oh, now I want to know what's on the other side. So I'm gonna go to the other side and jump down the pit. Somebody's going ham on that, the music though. Load. I hit load, didn't I? I'm an idiot. Why didn't I hit save? You know what? It's fine. At least it like didn't actually matter. Welcome back to the beginning of the episode, y'all. Oh? You know what? This works too. I'm not gonna complain. Yo. Weird. And I could go the exact same way, I assume. Now I'm gonna save the game this time. Because I'm scared of going through this door. But Ecolo, I hear you screaming at your monitors. Does it matter at all? The other save point was super close. I hear your question, and I say, what was that big slamming sound? Okay, what a weird room. I thought for sure. Okay, no, that's the sound of the those hitting the floor. Kind of on edge a little bit. Music certainly isn't helping. This music. Oh, very catacomb-like. Alright, let's go see what's happening here. Catacomb? Is that what I meant to say? Oh, I thought that was very dramatic. Like the music just... God, the door keeps closing and it keeps scaring me. It's That was very dramatic. Like, I opened up the door and then... Okay, that looks very, scary, so I don't want to, go in there yet. I'm a coward, what can I say? I want to explore... Oh, is this one? No, they both just lead to the same area. Okay, so... Alright. Nope, wrong thing. Oh, come on. There we go. Anybody else gonna revive him here? Oh, let's go deeper into this place. No, that's cool. Yeah, that's fun. Hello.
Kindred, your presence here violates the agreement between our leaders. Leave now, or face the consequences of your actions.
What are you talking about? Or should we just... you know what? I have to try. Let's discuss these problems, whatever they may be.
There is an alliance between your leader LaCroix and Mistress Ming Zhao. You violate the agreement. If you do not leave, we are not responsible for your death.
I'm standing up on this ledge. Why are you looking straight forward? What alliance? What are you talking about?
We'll give you one more chance to leave this place and keep your life. You will go?
I've already come this far, dude. No. None and Claw Brother. Alright, I need a gun. And something tells me it isn't gonna be... Actually... Ow! Ah! I need a better gun. Mind if I just grab this and, like, run away? Alright, they have, like, some form of explosive attack. Oh god, this guy's weak as hell. Better die. He's gonna teleport around me. Really? You did a horrible job, Nun, if that is your real name. I'm going to, why am I even using that one? Why did I use blood buff? Alright, you know what? I have 7 bullets. See ya, man. Last bullet as well. Well, those guys were easy. Oh man, business done. Up LaCroix didn't want me to be like stealthy or silent about that whole thing. Hey, how are we all doing? You that wolf guy who's barely shown up. What's up? I cannot talk to you. Well, I got your thing.
My Wunderkind returns.
What?
In my entire court, I knew there was only one who could have succeeded in this task.
It's fairly easy. I just had a lot of guns.
Finally, the Ankaran sarcophagus is ours. Come. I've granted Beckett's request to study and document all the markings of the sarcophagus.
Ah, Beckett.
You've met Beckett, haven't you?
Yeah, wolf guy.
Let's go take a look inside and see what the commotion around the city has
If
really
I could be,
been
like,
all
out
about.
of this room, like, super far away. I could ask if he allies himself with the Kuei Jin. I could get answers, or I could just keep doing my thing. And if I keep doing my thing, that might increase my chance of not. I want money. If but I want to know if it's. Before we do that, I need an answer. Are you in an alliance with the Kuei Jin?
What? Preposterous. No kindred would trust them, nor would they trust us. Did Jack tell you that? Because it sounds like you've been taken for a fool.
I was told by the Kuei Jin agent sent to steal the sarcophagus.
And you believed them? They've been trying to take over LA for years.
I was
It's
just
a
asking a
ruse,
question,
a falsehood spread to undermine my rule and turn kindred against each other, thin our ranks. They are duplicitous, evil creatures. Did they not try to kill you?
They did.
Insurance. They lied to you in case you lived through the encounter. They hoped to create dissension in the ranks, rumors. It's a trick older than you or I.
All right. I believe you. Let's open the sarcophagus. I'm gonna, like, leave, though.
What have you assessed so far?
It's a big old
Unfortunately for the Heralds of Doom, it appears we won't be opening Pandora's box.
That's nice to know.
The markings, as far as I can tell, are of Assyrian origin. An extraordinary piece, but nothing earth-shattering.
Then why did I go
see.
through all of this trouble?
Then there is no good reason why we shouldn't open it.
You good?
Budge. Beckett, do you see any mechanism for the lid?
I haven't as yet had a chance to pore over it with my fine-tooth comb. I think I have one in my bag.
Why won't it open, Beckett? And you, I thought you said it looked as if it had been opened on the Dane. I want it open! You and Beckett, figure out a way to open it. I need to know what's inside.
Yeah.
I have other matters to
My
attend to.
lockpicking skill is 8.
Come get me when a solution has been found.
Ah, the depths to which I'll sink to prove others wrong. The young ones get so temperamental. Fortunately for Sebastian, is it? I'd
What?
already made up my mind to open the sarcophagus, if only to show the city that Gehenna, contrary to popular belief, has not begun.
So, how do we get it open, then?
In the last few seconds, I've had very few epiphanies. I may be old, but I didn't build it. How knowledgeable are you on ancient Assyrian funerary constructs?
Funny, you should ask. Not very.
Fortunately for us, I know of someone who has distinguished himself in this field.
So, you know a guy. That guy in the history... who?
His name is Dr. Anders Johansson, a professor of archaeology from
Sounded like your
Norway.
voice- It was
He
edited.
was the one responsible for finding the sarcophagus,
Yeah.
and as far as I know, the only authority on its origin and design.
Where can I find him?
Until yesterday, he could have been found in his suite at the Empire Hotel downtown. But when I stopped by earlier this evening, all I found was spilt coffee on a morning paper. Appears he's been abducted.
Damn it, why does everything have to be so difficult? And so very convenient to make this game more gameplay-like for me.
Where's the fun without complications?
You know where the guy is?
I detected the scent of myrrh incense, which is usually burned in monasteries. Also, I found beach sand in part of a muddy footprint. Putting two and two together, I located a monastery near a beach in Malibu, where I believe hunters are holding Johansson captive.
Right, there's still those vampire hunters that plot thread hasn't been You figured all that out from sniffing around his room?
Actually, there were 2 hunters on the roof of the building opposite the hotel who were positively delighted to tell me everything they knew, provided I stopped dangling them head first over the side.
So, what do we do to get him back? Wait, no. Hunters have this guy? What would hunters want with an archaeologist?
The hunters abducted Dr. Johansson for his own protection. Or at least that's how they've justified it. He's being held by the Society of Leopold and used, quite ingeniously, as bait for Prince LaCroix's minions.
I feel sorry for who that asshole is. Oh. The Society of Leopold?
Sebastian mentioned you ran into one of the hunters from the Society of Leopold some time ago.
I believe I have.
They're so secret a church organization, I don't even think they know if they exist. But essentially, they're murderers for Christ, or some such deity.
So, how do we get him out?
You'll have to go to the monastery and find a way into the
I'll
tunnels
do,
beneath, where the hunters are holding Johansson. I'm afraid I can't accompany you.
No.
But then it's best
No,
you
of
go
course you
alone.
can't.
Too many of us might set them off. Like fundamentalists on contrary opinion.
Oh! How do I get there?
I wouldn't recommend walking. Certainly Sebastian's already provided cab fare. I'm sure he always spares no expense when archaeology is at stake.
Okay. Well, I have a few questions before I go.
Excellent.
Anything else you could tell me about the Society of Lilliput?
The Society, for the most part,
Do we
knows
live in
very
one?
little about us. But they do know how to kill and torture us, and that's enough. Also, some of them exhibit powers that can make them quite formidable. Best not to announce yourself.
How weak are they to bullets? You, spoke of Gehenna before. Think this sarcophagus is a part of it?
Well, if we open it up and the world ends, then yes.
Oh, simple.
If we open it up and the world does not end, then no. I'd wager the latter.
Have you learned anything else about the Thin Bloods?
How any sane kindred could think these poor unfortunates are an immediate threat to us is absurd. Most were afraid, or at the very least uneasy, around me. Tragic. Their desperation could very well hold the spark of revolution, however.
Well, what about you?
I've said quite a lot about myself already. I know even less about you than you do me. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
Okay. Yeah, they're... Well, the second one is blatantly is not true. Like, considering the, mansion. Not the mansion, the museum. But I don't really consider myself a scholar. My research skill is pretty low, so... There isn't a place in the world I can't sneak into.
You should try breaking into the tomb of an ancient, once you've had your fill of West End townhomes. They're riddled with traps. Always remember to look and listen to your surroundings carefully.
I will.
Unless you've got further questions, I'd really like to get back to looking at the sarcophagus.
Did asking that question about about stealth increase my stealth? If so, thanks. Do I have another question? Let's see if I have another question.
Excellent.
I'll be back after I go to the monastery?
Remember, Dr. Johansson is an innocent. He has no
Right,
idea we
right.
actually exist. Try not to put the idea in his head.
You got it. Now I want to take an actually closer look at this now. So this guy, right? This guy holding the bowl, he's like sitting on the floor, like, and like throwing leaves, throwing the feathers out of the bowl to what appears to be a dog god to try and appease her. And then This guy is staring so hard at Dog God that he's firing lasers out of his eyes. See? Why don't we even need that archaeologist? I'm here. I know this stuff almost as well as he does. How you doing?
Did you find a way to open the sarcophagus?
Chill, dog. No, but I have a question.
Which is...
What do you know about the Kuei Jin?
Traditionally, the Kuei Jin have stayed in Asian territory, and the kindred Europe, and later North America. But recently, they invaded the West Coast, killing off a substantial number of anarchs.
Ah.
They lack the organization of the Camarilla, and think nothing of breaking the Masquerade. Though we share similar traits, there is no fraternity between us. We embrace. They rise from the grave. They do not know the pleasure of blood. They are without clan. And oh yes, they believe our kind to be inferior. They are as much of a threat as the wolves.
Wolves?
Werewolves. I can still recall a time when cities were surrounded by miles of forests full of the beasts. But progress has taken care of that problem.
Well, I'm scared of that now. Do I have any silver bullets? I have another question.
Which is...
What do you think inside the sarcophagus?
If you didn't take the time to ask, perhaps we'd know by now. As I mentioned before, my concern is that it pertains something supernatural. Though Beckett has waived this theory altogether. The city is alight with dread. Perhaps it's an antediluvian.
Antediluvian?
A joke?
Ah.
The antediluvians are the mythical progenitors of each of the clans for whom they trace their bloodlines. And according to mythology, descendants of Cain, the legendary first vampire.
Cain?
As in the biblical Cain and Abel? Before you put too much stock in it, realize that the church and all of its mythos are blends of kindred and mortal meddling. Whips to regulate weak minds. This is all Beckett's field of expertise. If you want a lesson, merely ask him.
I will.
I wouldn't recommend walking. Certainly, Sebastian's already...
Yep. Yeah, I'll be back after I go to the monastery.
Remember, Dr. Johansson...
Yep, okay. I'm gonna go and flex my cash around the place, see if I can, buy something cool and good. How you doing, Chunk?
Sorry, no one's loud up right now.
I just came from down... Okay, whatever. How much cash do I actually have right now? How many experience points do I have right now? I have 13 experience points. And my sneak, where's my sneak? Stealth is, I could get my sneak to its highest level that I can right now. Which, I think it's gonna be very useful. I could get to, the highest firearms than I can. Or I could just, buff up something else that I don't really care about right now. Or I could put it into dexterity and increase... No, I physically cannot increase dexterity. It's because I'm wearing, this heavy leather stuff. Heavy leather armor. So, if I change out of this, I'll, sneak and lockpick better. Hey.
Baby girl.
Yeah. I'll just need to do some shopping. Are you selling more? First off, the Webley. This is what it looks like, kinda. 38. A brush axe. It looks cool. Another SOG. Just a rifle. Jamie Sue. This is a standard rifle for sport hunting. Features a zoom mode for killing made easy. I really want a sniper. Reload speed fast. Alright, I'll consider that. I'll check out with, everybody around the place to see if there's, a cooler weapon I can buy. How much money do I have, though? 1,000. Cool. I'm gonna go get a refill of blood, head over to Chinatown, and just every, shop that I know of, and see if I can, stock up on stuff. I don't think there's gonna be any more I don't think there's any more money for me right yet. Okay. Couldn't get me a nice place at the Empire Hotel, no. Also check my emails and get a refill of blood. Hey, how are we all doing?
Sarcophagus took an even more bizarre turn when Professor Anders Johansson went missing from his hotel room earlier today. Evidence of a struggle in the professor's room at the Empire Hotel indicate to investigators that Johansson was abducted. Johansson's family has received no demands yet, and there is speculation that his disappearance and the earlier theft of the Incarn sarcophagus are related. Police officials have gone on record as saying it's too early to confirm or deny any possibilities regarding this case. Mobs of villagers in New Delhi, India, stoned a policeman to death after mistaking him for the Deer Man, a creature locals say has terrorized them for weeks and is thought to be responsible for the mysterious deaths of several village children. The Deer Man is reported as a 7-foot creature with horns that ambushes villagers at night.
Right.
New Delhi has also been host to the Monkey Man, the Bear Man, and the Killer UFOs, all of which were later dismissed as mass hysteria. Freak sandstorm activity is thought to be responsible for the destruction of two Navy fighter jets. The jets were returning from a patrol over the Persian Gulf when they disappeared off of radars.
Campaign.
A transcript of a final radio exchange between the pilots mentioned wind conditions picking up and skies becoming so thick with sand that the sun was being blocked. Shortly after this exchange, there was a garbled shout by the co-pilot and final radio silence.
Deb's back, and she's got a...
Military officials have dispatched several units to the area
and
to search
check
for
everywhere to see if there's...
The names of the pilots are being withheld until their status can be confirmed. Mobs of villagers in New Delhi, India, stoned a policeman to death after mistaking him for the Deer Man, a creature locals say
I'm gonna
has
head to
terrorized
Chinatown
them for weeks and is thought to be responsible for the mysterious deaths.
I guess I could like first head to the bloody guy in his room in the Santa Monica. Yeah, I'll go there first. Least I could do is at least buy some ammo. Inquisitors, huh? I think my tactic of like slightly strafing left and right does make me move slightly faster. Yo.
Hop in.
Sure, why not? Santa Monica.
Lovely evening.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. All right. Hey, remember this place? Tripp's Pawn Shop? I haven't been there in ages. It's raining. I don't remember it ever raining here before. Has it always rained here, or is it just like a thing that's happening now? Whatever. Really need to get this place cleaned up, man. Yo.
My Vegas connection paid me a visit this afternoon. Popped his trunk, and what do you know? Had a flamethrower, a few tanks of spare fuel. It's yours if you want it. But, ain't you flammable?
I don't... Flamethrowers, in one form or another, have been used since ancient times. And this one propels burning fuel in a several-foot arc, scorching everything in its path. Does it now? So I have two options. I could buy the flamethrower, which I feel like is going to be extremely useful against me, vampires. I could buy like a flamethrower and use the rest of the money on ammo for the flamethrower, or I could just restock this. Which I want to. I could sell my more useless ones that I don't use anymore. Oh, Mando. I really want one of these. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip a coin. I'm going to go into Google. I'm going to just flip a coin. Flamethrower is going to be heads. Flip a coin. Alright. I'm going to flip it, and flipping again. It landed on tails, so tails was this gun, so I'm going to buy... Alright, so I'm not getting a flamethrower just yet. But I'm just going to buy a lot of ammo for... I could buy... Oh, yes. More ammo. And what else needs ammo? The shotguns are actually fairly good. A little bit more. I feel like I'm not going to be using this anymore now that I have this. Although, damage potential 36, this actually does more damage. But this thing's just so cool. I could technically buy the flamethrower now, but then I'd be so low on money. I'll come back for it. Besides, I'm going up against, like, normal humans who just have, like, weird Christ powers. I don't need a flamethrower.